So guys, check this out. It's finally happened. What's that? That's a little baby green tree python. So that's right, got Danny's filling up some little water bowls for me. There's a couple of baby green tree pythons out at the moment. Mum has maternally incubated these guys for bang on 50 days. She's been an absolute dream snake to work with. There's actually a third one climbing around over there. I don't know if there's more out already or if they're pibbing, but I'm going to start opening up the enclosure and start getting a few of these guys out and into some little temporary tubs. I'm beyond excited. I just got a message from my camera to say movement's been detected, and it detected Midori, my female green. She got up off the eggs and she's moved around, and of course these guys are crawling around the enclosure. So cannot wait to get these guys in their little tubs and have a bit of a closer look at them. And then hopefully I can start feeding up old Midori and getting her back into some decent condition, because she's been a great mum, great maternal incubator. My first experience doing it and I've had success, so I'm absolutely stoked. So Danny's just been filling up these little tubs for me. I had these guys pre-made, very simple, couple of different perch sizes in there that I can remove. These are like a little temporary tub that I'm going to be keeping in the incubator, just probably the first shed while I get that down pat, and then I'm going to move them into the snake rack. So I've set up 8 because I know there's definitely 8 eggs. Whether I get 8 snakes, I don't know. But in saying that, you know, I'd rather have them all here and ready and see how I can go from there. I put a little bit of cardboard in here because I was so scared of these little tiny baby greens coming out of the crack. I've actually got Mum kind of coming out and having a bit of a look at me at the moment, so I don't know if it's going to be maybe a little bit safer to see if I can get her out of the way, but she is kind of around a couple of the babies right now, so if she naturally wants to come out, I might get a tub ready just in case. I'm just going to open this up because there's this one little green that's already perched just here. Look at that little baby. Oh my God, they're freaking beautiful. This is unreal. Absolutely mind-blowing stuff. I actually kind of want to watch the babies just do what they're going to do, but I might see if Midori wants to come out just because she is a little bit big. I don't want to get too stroppy with what I'm doing, and I might want to have a look at these eggs and see if I need to intervene at all. Plus, she does have that little bit of a water blister above her eye that I might have mentioned earlier, or if not in the previous videos. I'd like to be able to get her out and just kind of give her a bit of a once over and see how she's doing.
Good girl.
She's so skinny. Okay.
Oh, she's been fasting for 2 months.
Yeah, sitting in the dirt, not doing what she needs. Well, doing exactly what she needs to do, but not what I'd prefer her to be doing, which is, of course, having some nice feed. But yeah, her eye's looking a bit sore, so he might end up taking her for a vet visit if it doesn't seem to clear up after his shed. We'll keep a bit of a good eye on that, pardon the pun. But yeah, water blister is somewhat common, but I might get her looked at just to be sure, because she's a fantastic animal and I'd hate for anything horrible to happen to her. But yeah, it's a bit of a tough dilemma to be able to kind of choose the lesser of two evils and see what I needed to do. And you know, she only had a couple of weeks left on the eggs essentially, and I didn't want to necessarily intervene as she was already doing what she needed to do. So hopefully a shed clears it up, but if not, we'll get her looked at anyway. I think it's just a safer idea. Alright, well, I'll put her away and let's start seeing how many of these little guys have come out of this egg, this clutch. I can't even speak.
These eggs.
Oh, these eggs. There's so many eggs. Alright. Look at that. So it looks like another 1, 2, maybe even 3 pipping out of this little clutch here. And then we've got old mate sitting here. Hello, you beautiful little being. This little guy's over here just chilling out as well. This is so surreal. I've been dreaming of this for a long time. And look, over there, there's another third one. And I'll have to have a look around and be pretty gentle because they could be absolutely everywhere. And what's funny is I only checked these guys a couple of hours ago to see if these guys had hatched yet or if they were coming out. And yeah, nothing. So they're all just kind of speeding their way out of these eggs. I think I can even see a little tiny nose and one over there popping out. But yeah, I'm going to get in there, and any of the ones that are still coming, I might just kind of pick the eggs and help them on their way out. So I'm going to try to get these little guys off this perch without damaging them. They can have very, very fragile tails. Oh, I almost don't want to take them out. It just looks so good seeing a little green snake a little yellow snake on a perch like this. This is just how they're meant to be in the bush. I'm just giving him a bit of a tickle. I don't want him to get his tail pinched, and there's a bit of a theory that if you're a bit too harsh with them, you can kink their tails and all sorts, especially when they're so small. Look at this.
So cute.
Oh, so many years have led to this. So many years. I can't believe it's finally happened. I'm so ecstatic. I can even still make out his little egg tooth for what he uses to help slice open that egg. Probably, I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but what a perfect little baby. That is just
Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. So we'll put him into these little tubs. I'm going to let him sit in here. To be honest, they're actually a little bit bigger than what I expected them to be. I actually thought that they'd be quite a bit smaller, but something that is a benefit from doing maternal incubation is you tend to get a little bit bigger and more robust babies. So, you know, I think I made the right call with letting her sit on these eggs. So I'm only going to keep these guys in this tub probably until their first shed. Just let them stay nice and humid in here and a bit more of a consistent temperature, just so then they can actually digest any of that leftover yolk that they had from the eggs. And I'm finding this so hard to speak because I'm just seriously that ecstatic at the moment. This has just been an absolute whirlwind of a thing. Sitting here stressing day in, day out about the poor snake sitting on the eggs, especially because of that eye blister. But yeah, anyway, let's get back into the good stuff because we've got a couple more babies to get out of here. I can see another little guy just sitting over here. I don't know where he's got his tail. Oh, he's around like a little nook in the branch. Oh, there you are, mate. There you are. Come on. Come on, you good thing. Oh my goodness. Danny, we're gonna have to keep them all.
I was just thinking that. Where are we going to put them? Jeez.
We might have to expand into the bedroom.
Which bedroom?
Our bedroom.
Maybe not.
Look at that little yellow banana. Oh, I can't believe it's finally happened. Alright, let's put him away. I'll get that other one out and we can start tearing this enclosure apart and seeing who's hiding and who's in the eggs still. I'm actually going to have to pull these palm fronds out just to see if anybody else is sitting in front of these. But there is one little guy hiding down the back here. Man, they climb quick too. It's even tight for me to get in here. Whoa. Hey, little man or girl. Just trying to give him a bit of a tickle. I can't actually see him.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, he's coming off it, yeah.
Okay, so he's coming to the front of the enclosure. This is tight.
Yeah, you're in the right direction.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, another little banana.
Can you get out of it? Are you stuck?
I'm okay. I'll get there. It's worth becoming Houdini. Number 3. Aren't you a little stunner? This one's got a lot of pattern to it, actually.
Yeah.
Albeit juvenile. Oh, man. They're wrinkly little babies, though. Like, you can see that they've got a little bit of baggy skin on them. Absolutely stunning.
Look at his tiny tail.
You notice it's a different colour too.
Yeah. Is that for attracting food later on?
Yeah, so their dad actually does a lot of caudal luring, so
Mm.
doesn't surprise me that they do come out with a slightly different coloured tail at all. He still does it too to this day. 50 days on the knocker. Baby green trees. Okay, that's number 3. So just turn the light on so we could see this a hell of a lot easier. This is Midori's little nest where she had all the leaf litter pushed to the side, or she'd be hiding under it depending on how she was feeling. And you can see that she got off the eggs and just let them go. She didn't want anything to do with them anymore. But I'm going to see if I can just very gently. I can see 4 more heads. So there's a little head over here, poking out here. There's a head, there's a head. And there's another head over there. So it looks like we've at least got 7 little greens. Hopefully they're going to come out. But what I might do is just kind of prop them up a little bit. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's way more. That's 6 more heads. Oh my goodness. A little few more greens than I actually thought, which, hey, I'm not complaining whatsoever. I've got enough room in the snake rack, that's for sure. I kind of want to have a little bit more of a look at the eggs though, just because I don't want anybody to get stuck. That's one of my worries. So we're going to see how we go, but I just don't want to hurt anybody at the same process. So I'm not sure how I'm going to attack this. Okay, so I just tried moving the clutch and baby greens started going everywhere. This little guy's taken off into the leaf litter, so before he's completely skedaddled, I might just quickly see if I can get a hold of him. Oh, he's so slimy. I'll have to get another grab. Oh, I got another one. Come here, little bud. Come here, little bud. He's bringing a leaf. Number 4.
Really
I honestly think there could potentially be 9, maybe even 10 little greens over there. We've had to pull all the leaf litter out because, naturalistic. It's great until you have to do this, but so worth it. Okay, so that's number 4. Put him away. He literally just like shot out of the egg. He's like, nah, I'm out of here. There's some big hairy monkey trying to get in here. I'm gone. I don't want to borrow this. So don't blame you at all, mate. Okay, that one's nice and secure.
We've all found their bamboo sticks so far.
Dan, I'm going to have to sit here and go and take every leaf out of this enclosure.
Well, you got little guys like this one hiding. Hello.
Yep. And that other one just like took off and completely disappeared in there. Like that was, see you later.
That guy's still in his egg?
They're all still in their egg pretty much. But some of them are, I kind of just, want to put them a little bit further forward here. So there's,
Oh my gosh.
oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
7
maybe
just in your hand right there?
yeah, about that. That egg's empty, so that's an empty egg. But
Plus 4 on the ground.
so maybe there's a few more green pythons here than what I thought. Not that I'm complaining. That means I can keep more and not feel bad about it. So.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, well, that's the exact reason why I'm doing this, right? This is because these are like my python version of Killamite. So. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely adorable.
Snakes.
So, I've had a little bit of a change of plans. I think I'm actually going to just pop them straight into the snake rack, but I've checked the eggs and we've actually got quite a few. So we've got the 4 that have come out now. And I've got these other guys in here, and I've kind of just gone through and separated the eggs. Every single one of the eggs is pipped, so it means I've got 100% success rate so far, so if you wanted to call it that. This little guy's got a little bit contorted. Alright, we'll let him do him. So I'll pop him into this little tub. We're going to take these through to the other room. Got quite a few of these little guys here, so I might get Danny to actually just follow us down here for a tick, because what I want to do is actually separate the eggs. So usually egg separating is a lot harder during incubation, but it's not so bad at the end of incubation, and it's also not so bad when they're first being laid. So these guys are reasonably soft at the moment, so I should be able to tear them off each other reasonably easily. So these guys are all pipped themselves, which I'm absolutely stoked about. I'm just trying to be super gentle. Can look a little bit rough, but I'm not using much pressure to actually pull these guys off each other. And this is basically just so at the other end I'm going to be able to pop them into little individual tubs, let them come out of their eggs by themselves, but it also means that I can put my mother snake, Midori, back into the tub where back into the enclosure where these guys were. The other thing that concerns me is because the enclosure is a little bit natural, sometimes there's a few wild bugs getting around in there, which I don't necessarily want hanging around these little hatchies.
Someone's watching you.
We get Loki's watching us at the moment. What's going on, Lokes?
What's happening, buddy?
So, yeah, you can check out these little holes where they've all pipped. The eggs actually looked really good right up to the end date too, which was pretty exciting. Ha 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 ha, practicing the dad jokes there. But yeah, as I said, I'm just going to try to do this as carefully as possible. Because then if I can separate them now, I don't have to worry about them as much. I can let Midori go back in there because I don't really want her staying in just a plain plastic box all night. I'd rather be a little bit more comfortable. Plus I'd also like to start defrosting a meal or two for her as well, just so I can get some bit more weight back onto her. Sorry guys. So I'm not going to bother putting or filming Midori going back into the enclosure just yet, because that's going to be something that I'm going to do after and get that all done and said after I get these guys into a little tub. So let's go and do that quickly now.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been making a mess in this room, but it's all worth it. We're going to set these guys in these little tubs just individually, so then hopefully they can come out on their own accord, no pressure. I can come and check them again tomorrow morning and make sure that they've come out alright. This guy's worrying me a bit. His little head's turned around a bit funny. You alright, mate? Oh yeah, you're okay. I feel better about the ones that actually have their heads out of the egg at the moment, so I might just, with the ones that are inside the egg, I might kind of just give them a little bit of a check through and just see if they happen to need a little hand. So maybe him, for example, I might actually make a few extra slits in the egg. This one's not too bad, but I might do the same. So maybe I'll go and do that through quickly now, and then we'll go and put all these guys in the rack. So I just gave this guy a little bit of a helping hand. A little bit hard to get focus on him from this angle, but just cut him so he's in his little sleeping bag like that. At least I feel a bit more confident about him not going back into his egg and drowning or anything. But basically what I want to do is go through and just do the same for quite a few of these guys that are a bit tucked up. I know that chances are that these guys would probably be fine, and usually I'm not one for hacking eggs apart, but being a very special clutch to me, I don't really want to risk losing any of these bubs. You know, this is something that I've been dreaming about for so long now, so to get this far, you know, I'd like to try to have my best odds with me. So I'm just using a pair of toenail scissors, nothing too crazy. Don't worry, these ones are specifically for the reptiles. I kind of sped through that one, but there's little old mate out here. Probably opened that one up a little bit more than what I would usually. But yeah, I'll keep reiterating. This is one of those things that I've been waiting for a long time. Now, where are you, little one? There's not much fluid left in these eggs, I'll tell you what, they seem to have absorbed a hell of a lot of the stuff. The good stuff in there. So that's pretty happy, pretty good rather. Hang on a second. My maths is horrible. Dear Lord, I think I've got 12. I do have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And there's number 12. I can't even count. That's how much my brain is not functioning right now. Well, I'm going to make another tub, and I'm going to put all these other guys in here, into the snake rack, just so they're already in there. And yeah, maybe we'll come back and visit them probably tomorrow night at this rate, and just check how everybody's come out of the eggs, and I'll bring you guys along for the experience.
Well, good morning. It is way earlier than I was expecting to get up, but you know, it's a very exciting morning, and I'm going to check if these other 8 have left the eggs. Hopefully they're all okay, so well, the first one definitely has. There's pretty much nothing left in these eggs either, which is awesome. It means they've pretty much gotten as fat as possible and as happy as possible. Oh, they're so gorgeous. Look at these tiny little worms. Absolute stunners. So yeah, I'm just going to basically go through all of these little tubs, make sure that they've all left the eggs, the snakes are okay. You know, if they haven't left the eggs, that's okay as well. But I just want to kind of check on them. These are the guys with the 8 that were straggling, or a little bit slower. I did jump on them pretty quick, so can't blame the snakes. Another completely empty egg. Happy days. Another little happy green tree python. I will probably come back after the first shed and give these tubs a good clean out, just because obviously there's going to be a bit of egg gunk and things everywhere. But for now I kind of just want to let them be, let them do the thing. At least they're all in separate little tubs, so I can kind of keep an eye on them. And I'm going to have to go and stock up on a hell of a lot more pinky mice, because the stuff that I got in the freezer is probably not going to be enough for these little dudes. Oh, here's a bit of an unusual one. This egg's actually full of... Actually looks like a bit of blood. It isn't so crash hot, and there's no snake sitting on a perch, so... Hopefully that means that he's down in here somewhere. I think he might have rushed his trip, this one. I probably didn't help the circumstances there. I might just pop him up on the perch and see how he goes. Looks like he's just got a little bit of something hanging onto the back end of him. I do feel a bit mean kind of cutting these guys out of the eggs and things, but at the same time I don't want them to be stuck in there. They had already cut themselves out, so I was just kind of trying to help the process a little bit further. Might make this guy a little bit more humid too. I think eventually I'll probably put some particle substrate in here just to hold a little bit more humidity, maybe something like some eucalyptus mulch. But just while they're initially getting started, I want to make sure that they're going to stay nice and humid. So I'll probably stay on top of these guys, spraying them down every couple of days at the very least. I'll just have to keep an eye on how the actual paper and everything kind of dries out. Oh, there's another one perfectly perched. No blood in that egg. That's always good. Good morning. Might actually spray all of these down a little bit more. It's usually this first shed that's the most crucial. Sweet. This is one of the ones that I didn't have to cut open so much. He was already out of his little sleeping bag. Nice big chunky one. How beautiful. Good stuff. Actually, something that I might end up doing is just popping all these water bowls underneath the perching as well, just so that they're a little bit closer to them. It's this kind of stuff that you kind of think about as you're going on. Well, green tree python's probably not going to go over there like any antaresia or carpets or anything like that, so I'll put it in the middle there for him. Maybe he's a bit more likely to get a drink. I'm going to go back through and do that to all of these guys as well, just to make sure that they're all doing the right thing. I want them to have the opportunity to have that water close by. Well, that guy had a little bit of his egg left. Just make sure he's got nothing hanging off him a bit funny. Looks nice and chunky. It's always good. The beauty about green tree pythons is, especially on this little stuff like this, the plant trellis, you can just take them out and pop them aside like that. Seeing as that one's a bit messy, I might just quickly do that. Good old paper towel. You can pop him back in, prop him up. I'll put a little water bowl underneath him. Lucky last, hey? Man, 12 out of 12, all out of the egg. I still got to get these little buggers feeding and all the rest of it, but that is by far the biggest achievement for me. You're a bit snappy, are you? Or are you just a bit inquisitive? So I probably won't even leave it that many days until I actually start trying to feed these guys. I might kind of wait maybe 4 or 5 days and just see if there's some interest. I'm not going to push the fact, but I might just see if these guys seem like they're a little bit keen on potentially getting a mouse into them. We're going to see how they kind of react to everything. So here's old Midori girl. Her eye's actually looking a lot better this morning. That's always a good thing. Still not perfect, but we'll get there. She may have happened to knock off the skin now that she's actually moving around. So I'm going to go through and give her a good feed this morning as well. I've got a couple of nice sized little rats for her defrosting. She looks like skin and bones. Oh yeah, sweetie. Oh, poor little thing. We'll get you back to size, don't you worry. Gorgeous little snake. Absolutely love this snake. I'll probably move my hands away because I have been touching her rodents, and if she can still smell them through the soap, then I'm doomed. But yes, we'll get her back to good. And get a bit more weight on her, so you can see how thin she is. Look at the size of her body there. Nothing to her. Even through her tail base, she's just got nothing left. So we're going to get you back up into a decent size, alright, girl? I'm going to give this girl a good feed,
just defrosted some wiener rats for her. She seems like she's pretty hungry. She's cruising around pretty hard. And I've just made these guys nice and warm for her. And also quite wet. So then hopefully she gets a little bit more moisture in her. She's never been a shy feeder, but even that was pretty subdued for her. So I've actually got a couple more. I'll probably at least give her one more for now. And then, yeah, hopefully she'll plump back up quite nicely and quite quickly for me.
So it's only a couple of days on, but this girl's eyes are looking so much better. She's just managed to be able to get that sort of like dry shed or whatever it must have been around the eye off a fair bit. So I dare say she's going to be probably perfectly fine. I'll just keep feeding her up, hopefully see another shed. Looks like she does have a little stuck eye cap there, but that might just come up with a new shed as well. So for now, I'm going to hold off seeing the vet and see how she just kind of bounces back. But any sort of sign that it's going to get any worse, then I'm just going to take her for a vet visit. Guys, make sure to like the video, drop a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more reptile related content, and guys, you can also check me out over on Teespring and Patreon as well if you want to support the channel any further. That'd be greatly appreciated. Until next time guys, take care, I'll see you then.